Hey, I like to welcome you to another review on the Just Playing Games channel. Long time no see. It's been almost a year since I published anything here. I was mostly focusing on my other Polish channel called Co jest grane. If you by any chance know Polish language, you'll find a link to it in the description. Today I am going to tell you a bit about the game I just finished. And the game name is Halibut. First of all, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel and you would like to see more such reviews in the future, the easiest way to do it is by clicking the subscribe button. And now, let's begin. Halibut is a game that first of all left me with very mixed feelings. It has its good moments. There are a lot of surprising or funny moments that can really break us out from the monotony of the gameplay and make our faces smile. I used the word monotony not by accident. I think it probably best describes what I felt during a large part of the game. Going back to the beginning, the game is a kind of a walking simulator in which we run from point A to B following the indications from our diary, usually performing quite repetitive tasks. And seriously, in case of some of them, we did them several times over the course of a single playthrough. The situation is not improved by the fact that our protagonist is, to put it lightly, a kind of handyman, or to put it more bluntly, a carry-in, carry-out, sweep-up type of person, usually performing tasks that no one else wants to do. I understand that this plays its role in building the plot and helps us to get to know our character better, but in my opinion there was perhaps a bit too much of it. I don't want to say anything more about the game's plot, as it's probably its main attraction. The circumstances in which we encounter our protagonists are really unbelievable, sometimes borderline absurd, and yet for most of the time we do very mundane things. It's a very strange combination that for most of the time made it really hard to believe in many aspects of what is going on around me. I'd also like to add that the game really blossomed for me when the creators let their imagination run wild and went over the edge. Then I had the most fun. Unfortunately, vast majority of these things happened in side quests. I will also like to say 2 words about the main characters of the story. Because of what we have to do for most of our time, I honestly had an impression that we're playing as an NPC. I had a thought that everybody around us has some important missions and our protagonist can only try to help them, often with mixed success, due to his lack of competences. Other than that, I think he's rather likable and we can even sympathize with him at times. I certainly also wanted to draw your attention to the graphics and the musical aspect of the game. The graphics are one of its kind. Apparently, everything that we can see on the screen was created in real world from wood and other materials and then were brought to life thanks to the computer animations. This gives the game a really unique look. The soundtrack is also a very big asset in this production. For most of the gameplay it is practically unnoticeable, but at certain moments special pieces fire up for literally 5 minutes of gameplay which perfectly match what is happening in front of our eyes. These are truly some of the best moments in the game, some of which I'm sure I'll remember for a long time. I also need to mention the music from the main menu, which you can see in the background, by the way. This is a masterpiece for me. As for the gameplay itself, there is really not much to talk about. As I already said, our journal usually points us in the right direction. We move between points, we interact with marked objects or talk with some NPCs. We repeat that for about 10 to 12 hours, and after that we watch the credits. In the meantime, we participate in just a few dialogues in which we can choose a line that we're saying, but that doesn't affect the further story at all. Or we take part in some trivially simple mini-games, and that's it. Slowly moving toward the conclusion, I would say that the game seems to have the ambition to pass on a certain message. And I would say it's doing it quite well. The decisions made by our character at the end of the game, although predictable, may be some food for thought. Everyone interested should probably try to make their own interpretation, but at the end I can share mine with you. It is not always worth to go with the current. Sometimes we have to face it and make a decision that will change our lives. And that's it when it comes to my thoughts about Harold Halibut. If you have persevered until now, thank you very much. Do the YouTube stuff if you like what I do. Hope to see you soon, and before we see each other again in the next video, please have some fun playing games. Take care. Bye.